Doesn't matter what the message you give, they say, why? Why are they doing this thing? And I'll tell you why. The duty of the president, some of the duty of the president is moral and spiritual, because the father of the nation.
Yes.
That is why a father prays for his child, mother prays for their child, and it works. So when they call you head of state, in all our culture, head is the head. Then the president can also be a politician, but when he's head of state, he's not a politician. That's why in England, the king or the queen is not a politician. That's why in 1960, Nnamdi Azikiwe said, retire from politics, become the governor general, later become the president. But in 1979, we combined the office of the head of state. We combine it with that of head of government. And the president is also a manager of resources, chief executive, by section 5 of the Constitution. And he's also the commander-in-chief. So he's combining so many offices, which in other countries are different. In England, the head of state is different. That's Charles, the king. Head of government, Starmer, the prime minister. Now, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces is a soldier, separate. But in Nigeria, we combine together. So when this moral crisis was coming to the country, we gathered together. I was the day we were doing Ramadan. We said, let us wait. The president is a Muslim. He will be fasting. He will be in a state of grace. And instead of us looking for him, he will look for us. So the president sent out to all political parties and said, come to the state house, Aso Villa, and do iftar with me, breaking of fast. So we now set agenda for him and asked all the leaders of political parties to go there. And we made the preparation like this. Before we brought it back to the leaders of the people on the street, we went to the leader of the country. And we asked the chairman of Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, Tantale, to tell the president the moral crisis facing the country. And we say, Mr. President, you are our leader, you are our father. Please, remember your duty to this country. You are our head of state. This electoral act that you are shoving down the throat of the National Assembly is not good for the country. In election, only one person can win. But we want that person not to lose by winning. Because an election should not result in a politician winning and the people losing. Who will you lead? And we made so many respectful and persuasive pleas to the president as the father of the nation. The president could have said, okay, I've heard you, I'll pray over it. He just jumped up and said, oh, you provoke me. Why should I help the nation? Why should I help you? I'm contesting. It's on tape, what I'm saying. I'm contesting. They're provoking me. When I was in opposition, I suffered. So I suffer your own. Why should I make laws that favor free and fair election?
Wow.
If you don't want to vote, don't vote. Who said you must vote? You can sleep in your house. If it's only 3 people that vote for me, I win.
My God.
And he concluded, I say, politics is a game, and the game is sweet when you are winning.
Wow. Anyhow.
He said it, can go and look for the tape.
Anyhow.
At that moment, he ceased to be head of state. Just like any other politician, without reflection.
Come down.
So that's the moment we started to go to the National Assembly to go and protest that the law should not be made. And we talked to the assembly members Many of them are calling me now that you were right. When you say we should not pass that thing, I told them that if you think that all of you rush to APC, become a one-party state, you are not going to become a one-party state. Tinubu is going to have a one-man rule. And one-man rule is going to mean one man win the nation. So this is why we are now coming back to the people to say, don't say that your responsibility is to go on that day to go and thumbprint. If you cannot own the process, don't even bother to do it, because there is no government doing it for you. Second reason why we are doing this is that INEC, the institution that is given the constitutional and legislative power to conduct elections, we have been battling with them, correcting them at every meeting. This year alone, my own party and those of other parties, we've written 182 letters to INEC, each one reminding them of their duty, on top of other meetings. Even the people in INEC are tired of being INEC. If you give a people a sick leave now, if you have to give a sick leave, you will ask for 3 years sick leave, because the government is still the INEC. You just put them there as figureheads. And we are now trying, we're not just opposing INEC, because when we started with all INEC people are just incompetent, when we started struggling with them, even if you take a letter to INEC, there are some letters they will see, they will take phone and call Villa. If they say don't collect, they don't collect. If they say collect and throw away, they collect and throw away. So they themselves need to be rescued. The people need to go to INEC and remind INEC that they were the original landlord, even on the land on which the headquarters is built. It's owned by the people. So don't worry about the government. So it is not about looking for advantage. The time for campaign will come. It is to remind us that we are a civil society, and that everybody in Nigeria has God-given sovereignty. It's not about the quality of government. We're not talking about, we know all the problems, the economy. That's not the issue. The continuity of the state. Because not everybody will be using politics to resolve this issue. But politics is the best way to resolve it. But not everybody has confidence in politics. And unlike what President Tinubu thinks, that if you don't want to vote, it's up to you. People are not just to lie down like that, because their livelihood is involved. The sanctity of their families are involved. The ability to prosper in the country is involved, and there is nowhere for Nigerians to go. You cannot say, oh, I'm tired of Nigeria, let me go to Canada. Canada is tired of itself. You can't even go to South Africa. Pass by, they will lynch you. Kuwait says, I don't want houseboy from Nigeria. So to put conclusion, this is why we are doing it. So that the people will send a signal to the president that whether we are going to vote for you or not in the next election, that one you should know by now. The issue now is that you cannot hijack the state, because it wasn't the uniform of the military that we opposed. It was their shocking policy, anti-democratic policy. So if a civilian wearing double agbada and 3 caps on his head is doing the same thing the military did, we will oppose it. And that's why we said we will double the effort. So when we go out and you see us on the street, you see us everywhere, don't say, oh, they are doing politics in order to defeat Tinubu. No, we are doing this agitation to assert our citizenship right, because the only office, if the next election I'm working hard to win, but even if I win 2 elections, I can only spend 8 years as president. What matters to me is the citizenship of Nigeria.
Okay.
And they are diminishing that citizenship with what they are doing. That's why we are here.
So the issue